Good morning. Good morning. I hope that you guys can hear me. I should have checked my mic to make sure that everything can be heard. But good morning to everybody. This is a Monday morning. I know for me that it is one of the days that sometimes I struggle with just to get myself up and going in the morning. So my name is Lia Abney. I'm an author and speaker and consultant of Lia Abney LLC. So I want to thank everybody who's joining me this morning, and I hope that you are doing well. And one of the things I always like to do is I always like to ask, how was your weekend? How was your weekend? My glasses are fogging up for real. So I'm going to change into a different pair. If y'all could just bear with me for a moment. These work a little bit better when I'm using the computer. There. Now that's better. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you are doing well. With you. How was your weekend? Did y'all fare very well? I am here 2 hours from Atlanta. It was very encourage everybody, other people who also are struggling, just to get through just things that they desire to do in their normal day, right? In their normal day. So I'm just very thankful to be here on this morning, another year to just make things happen and to impact other people's lives. So I hope that you're with me. And if you're one who wants to do the same thing, then you may find some value in some of what I'm sharing. Again, during this journey, one of the things that I believe is that life can be very hard, and we all have ups and downs, right? We all have our ups and downs, and we're all trying to keep it all together and trying to figure it out, by keeping our heads above water. But one of the things that I want to say is that there are ways to be able to improve that, and that is my goal, is to help you make small changes that will impact your life in your daily routines, so that you can feel more relaxed and more accomplished in your life goals. And so whether or not you realize it or not, like I said, I am a person of faith. And so I do believe that we all have been given grace by God to do the things that we can do in our lives. And so as I was meditating on what it was that I am supposed to be doing and how I am to use my voice, because God, and that's another story I definitely will continue to share, is that I'm very thankful that God has blessed me so much that I can still speak. And however many people I can impact over time, that's what I want to be able to do. So I'm hoping that you guys will stay with me. If you're watching a little later, I hope that you are encouraged by these words and that you will meditate on it throughout the week so that you can be encouraged to finish the things that you desire to do in your life. So just hang in there, and I'll be right back with today's topic.
Black G, Black G.
Hey, hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Lia Abney. I am an author and speaker as well as a consultant of Lia Abney LLC. We offer consulting services to help you to hashtag keep it moving in your goals and the things that you desire to do in your life. And as I had stated at the top of this morning, is that life can be very hard and gets very full with things that we have to do, just adulting, as people said, say that, you know what, I'm just a little tired of adulting. And I found myself in that position as well over time, right? And so we all have our ups and downs. And sometimes, we just get tired. Because I'm be honest, this morning I was tired, y'all. I was tired. And I'm like, oh, trying to get everything together. Realize I didn't have my lights up, didn't have everything set up that I needed to get on. So I was like, am I gonna make it? And I was like, Leah, get up and get going. Because one of the things I want to make sure is that I'm being very intentional of the things that I want to accomplish. Because sometimes I tend to set things aside, and you may find yourself to be in that same place as well. And I'm going to tell you, there are ways that you can improve that. If I was to tell you, there's ways to be able to get over those humps, those ups and downs, to improve things in your own life, that you can make some small changes. And so I want to be able to share some tips with you. And I'm going to break this down into two parts. This particular topic. I hope that, again, that you stick with me. And if you want to learn a little bit more about what I do, please head on over to www.liaabneyllc.biz. I have lots of resources and materials for you as an individual or even for your business that you can use. And so take a look at my website and subscribe to my site as well. In addition to that, please, I want to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, at Lia Abney LLC. You can type it in the search column, and my name will pull up, and you'll be able to follow me. Hit the bell notification so you can be notified of any other additional videos that I add. And just to kind of give y'all an update on what I'm going to be doing. So like I said, I want to be intentional this year and moving forward. So one of the things that I'm going to be intentional about is that I'm going to be doing the Keep It Moving Monday Morning Motivation Show. I'm going to be doing that from January. And from now on, I'm going to start it after the first holiday in January. So I will do that. Oh, sorry, you guys got notification. I'm going to be doing that starting January. So it's going to be after the MLK holiday so it'll be that third week in January. And then I'm going to do that all the way up till my birthday, which would be the end of August. Okay. The end of August. Well, end of September. So I will be doing the morning show from January, third week in January, all the way up till the end of September. And then for October to the end of the year, I'm going to be doing a lot more of just some daily vlogs on YouTube. So if you want to be able to see those, you'll have to go to YouTube and then again hit the subscribe button. And so I'm just going to be vlogging my daily life. Yeah, and doing some little shorts and stuff like that at the end of the year. And so please, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So let's get to the topic for today. Again, one of the things that I really wanted to be intentional about was creating balance in my life. And I realized that God gave me the grace to be able to balance my life. Okay. But I have to be intentional about that. So the topic for is going to be in two parts, is going to be talking about a balanced life. In part two, I will be sharing a book that I actually co-authored that talks about creating balance in your life. And I want to be able to talk to you about just the importance of that, because there are some health benefits to having a balanced life. There are, to bring joy, to bring peace, to bring happiness into your life, because we all, those of us who are believers of Christ Jesus, we understand the fruit of the spirit, and that fruit of the spirit, helps you to bring balance in your life and your relationships and how you do things, how you make decisions, everything. And I happened to sit on a sermon on yesterday, which really was talking about the decisions you make, making those decisions. But I also believe that it does require not only faith, and though you have the grace to make those decisions and as you're creating balance in your life, but I also believe that that we have to be intentional. We have to be intentional in how we're creating balance in our life, because that balance helps you to achieve your goals. Without that balance, things kind of get off kilter for you. It's like you can't think straight. You can't. It makes it hard even for you to get up in the morning. So if I'm not intentionally balanced in my life, like getting enough rest, okay. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So as I'm going through these two parts, I'm going to break this down into even smaller topics, where I will talk about each individual area a little bit more in depth, so that you can have the necessary tools, you can have the necessary motivation to be able to create balance, and why that is so important. A lot of times we don't think our life is our balance, because we just get waking up in the morning, we gotten ourselves into a routine where we are literally just working ourselves, and we're doing so much, but it's not bringing satisfaction to your life. And so for me, that's where I have found myself. On last year, I was like, look, Leah, let's get this together, because something is a little off here. And not only that, I found that I was not focusing on the things that I really need to do. I was focusing on things that I was allowing myself to be drawn into. So I'm not putting the blame on nobody else. I'm putting the blame on myself. For whatever reason, it's like, okay, I'm doing these things. And so I literally had to clear my plate off of unnecessary things and start all over and get back to where it was I needed to be, to get my focus back. And that has been very helpful. And I want to be able to share that with you. But one of the things in this topic that I've come to understand, and I believe in, and I meditated on, was Philippians 4:13, that told me that I can do all things through him who strengthens me. And this particular scripture really set in with me, because of the fact that I realized I didn't have to give up hope. I didn't have to turn around and let everything go. I just had to balance it into my life a little bit more better. So here I am back doing the Keep It Moving Monday morning motivation show. And I'm just believing in God that this is going to become even better, that more people will be drawn to this show, so that they could just get their weekly motivation. So it's like, look, you know what? And then this is the thing. I air it on Monday, but guess what? You can turn around and watch it on Sunday. Like, you can just go back and you can say, you know what? I'll watch that episode on Sunday, so that I can get my motivation, so I can wake up Monday morning and I can do this. And you guys let me know, do I need to change this to a Sunday? Do I need to change this to a Sunday and just tape it and then put it on Sunday, and then so you can watch it on Monday? I don't know. But I'm going to stay in the course that God has given me, and that's do it on Monday mornings for right now. That's over and done with for right now. But I still want your suggestions, okay? But again, I just believe that through him, I can do all things who strengthen me. And this doesn't necessarily mean to pile my plate on with a whole bunch of stuff, right? So what I want to be able to do is I want to share with you 4 tips, okay? I'm not trying to keep you all day. I want to share 4 tips with you for you to help to maintain a balanced life, okay? So but I'm just going to share 2 of them today, and then I'm going to share the other 2 on tomorrow. So you're going to have to stay tuned to get the other 2 on tomorrow. Okay, so the first tip that I have for you is you want to start by setting boundaries. Okay, and I kind of alluded to that as I was talking about the topic, right? When I was saying that there are some times that you pile so much on, and even with those of you who have children, who have young children, I have 3 adult children, okay, and I have 2 grandchildren. I had to learn over time that I had to include some me time and I had to set some boundaries. And the reason why is because in this world, we find in this time and in this society, we think the more that we have our kids doing things to that where they are growing and being successful, and maybe they are in sports. Okay, you guys follow me here, or maybe they're doing dance, and we're going to not only are they doing dance, they're doing piano, and you got them socializing and doing a lot of things, and then they're on social media doing. I mean, we put so much pressure on them to be good at so many things and to be in everything. So not only that, they have an extracurricular activities, and especially our teens, right? Because not only do they have to be examples, especially if they're an older sibling, um, and they got to help out around the house and everything, but then they're going to school and they're expected to get good grades and behave. And then on top of that, they're doing some type of uh, whether it's sports, or maybe it's not sports, but it's just some other academic activity that we're expecting them to do, right? And they're supposed to be this well-rounded, what you call well-rounded, right, individual in society. But we have not yet set any boundaries for them. Is there a time for them to actually rest? Is there a time for them to, to protect their mental health as well as their physical health? And so, again, setting those boundaries, not just for your children, but what about for yourself? Because the more that you have them doing, guess what? Not only do you have to do this stuff for your own life, but a lot of times what we find ourselves of, we'll sacrifice those things that we desire to do. And I get it. I absolutely get it. Because a lot of times we'll sacrifice going to school, we'll sacrifice our careers, we'll sacrifice relationships that are important. We sacrifice just our own mental well-being and our own physical health because we have not set boundaries. So it's important that in maintaining a balanced life, that we do set boundaries. Okay, that we start by setting those boundaries. And what would those boundaries look like? Are you protecting time just for yourself? Because we're taught to be selfish about that. We really are. We're taught that if we just set time for ourselves, we're being selfish. We should be in the community volunteering. We should be in this committee. We should be doing this. We should be doing that. Just so much stuff that we don't have no time, let alone for ourselves. But I'm just going to throw this out there. What about God? Have you set time aside for him, or are you so busy that you only give him a glimpse every now and then, and a hey every now and then? So again, the first tip that I want to share is start by setting boundaries. And I had to, like I said, when I had took a step away from this Monday morning motivation doing this, I had to get back on balance. I had to say, okay, Lia, where are you off balance that you're not doing things in a way that's bringing you joy, peace, and happiness? And so that is the first tip. Again, I'm only sharing 2 tips today, and I'm going to come back and share the other 2 tips tomorrow. So you have to stay tuned. So my next tip is, and I kind of spoke a little bit about that, is rest. The importance of having rest. And I put these in big letters, R-E-S-T, rest, okay? And you want to make sure that you are getting enough sleep and you're getting enough exercise. And I know sometimes this is impossible for some of us, right? It's very impossible for some of us. How you fit in that rest could look different for each person. Rest could be taking a walk. Rest could be turning off the TV. turning off the TV. But for some of you, rest may be watching TV. Okay, and maybe watching TV, taking a break and just watching something that you enjoy or binging something, maybe that's what it is. It could be writing, it could be whatever it is. It could be literally just meditating or just relaxing, nothing on, just letting yourself just sit in a quiet place. And so that's one of the things that I created in this space that I'm sitting in right now is I needed a quiet place. So I turned my dining room literally into a sitting reading room. So that's what I did. And it's bringing me joy. It really is. It's bringing me an opportunity to just look out the window and not really think on anything, but just to sit and be quiet for a while. So having that opportunity for rest, because there's some times we put so much stress on ourselves and our life is filled with stress. Being able to have that moment of rest becomes very important, because it helps take care of not only that rest could be, and I know it seems kind of odd, but that rest could be even just exercising, right? That rest could be taking a walk, getting away from the busyness of your life and taking the time, just taking a leisurely walk, just taking a walk, getting outside, and I know in this weather it's a little bit difficult, but for me, my rest sometimes is just getting on my stationary bike and doing a 10, 15-minute ride, trying to get about 1 to 2 miles in, and then I'll call it a day. And I know I've done something for myself, that I've rested for myself. So these are 2 tips that I want to share with you. And the first tip, as I stated before, is set those boundaries. Okay. Be intentional in setting those boundaries for yourself, because that's going to protect your mental health. It's going to protect your physical health. But not only that, it is an opportunity to restore and rebuild joy in your life, peace in your life, and happiness in your life. So I want to thank you guys for joining me on today for the Keep It Moving Monday Morning Motivation Show. Again, my name is Lia Abney. I want to thank you for joining me on today. And I just want to encourage you to hashtag keep it moving. Thank you for joining me on today.
Are you connected to the right resources to grow and achieve your goals in your personal life or for your business? Let Lia Abney LLC Consulting Services help you connect, communicate, and commit to the building process of growing your business to the next level. A veteran with over 20 years of managing multi-million-dollar projects, Lia Abney, owner, author, and motivational speaker, has keen insight and knowledge in the value of collaboration and strategy planning to keep you moving to the next level in building a legacy. Visit her website at www.liaabneyllc.biz. That's www.liaabneyllc.biz for more information.